This piece is called the Silent Sounds of Service, and it represents the 5 branches of service that are in our country by those 5 chimes that hang. And all those pieces were actually military artifacts. They actually have been to war, all those pieces. And so I wanted to use the actual material in a very quiet way to represent all the things that people have given to this country. The inside of those pipes are red, representing blood, representing what you give, what you have inside of yourself. There's a lot of symbolism here. Those epaulets up top, the fancy parts, represents the grandiose presentation of the military and the parades and the generals and all the fancy stuff they wear. This is the moment when they celebrate who they are. I think people are going to be curious about it. I think they're going to like it, and I think they're going to maybe examine what does that mean, Silent Sounds of Service.
This is part of the semicircle balance study series. This is made of stainless steel and river rocks. I started working on this series to kind of get away from really overly conceptual work, and I wanted to work on something that dealt mainly with form and balance. So I chose the form of the semicircle, and I've been creating different variations of that with stainless, mild steel, found object, and just creating forms with precarious balance that interest me. I look at a piece like that as just adorning the environment that's there already. It looks like we have a beautiful park, beautiful landscaping, and I hope the object can just enhance that and get some more people to come outside and enjoy the area. I love having my art in the public. I don't believe that artists make artwork to hide in our closets. We put things out there for other people to see, and we're happy to hear the feedback.
The title of this sculpture is He Stopped and Turned to See and Listen. And I was thinking about one of those moments when our attention is drawn to something, and I think those are critical, important moments in people's lives and experience. So I thought I would do a sculpture that depicted that moment. He's made of locust wood. It's very hard wood. It grows right on my property, actually. And it's very weather resistant, and I use it because of that hardness, but also that resistance helps me slow down when I'm making the sculpture, cut the wood into small pieces and screw them together. When there's something worthy of us stopping to look, we should do that. That's kind of what I was thinking about this guy. He was going in this direction, but something over here made him stop and look to see, what was there.
It's called Love Arch. I call it kind of like a love poem. They're standing on each other, they're supporting each other, and it's kind of an impossible gymnastic move, but I've seen people actually do this. I can't do it. It's made of cast aluminum, and the bases are painted steel. It took about 8 months. Yeah, it's quite a while. You notice there's like a texture that look like water and waves, and that flow through the whole piece and unite them too through the feet. So it really is about physical fitness, nature through the water, and togetherness. Thanks for choosing my sculpture, and I hope everyone in Clayton loves it.
The name of the sculpture is Quetzalcoatl's Declination. That's declination in terms of astronomy, such as the moon in decline or a star in decline, as setting rather than rising. And the idea came from a Mayan legend of Quetzalcoatl, who, while he was on this earth, I understand from the legend, got mad at the sun. So he went into the sky, fought with the sun, defeated the sun, and then became the sun. And after that, he came back down to his people. And so this is Quetzalcoatl's Declination. It is an aluminum, and it's painted with basically the same kind of paint on a car. The most common question I get is that a guitar? And I noticed one of the guys a while ago who was playing it like a guitar. So I hope everyone here likes it and thinks that maybe it looks a little like the sun after Quetzalcoatl became the sun.
Wind chimes. I wanted to build something relatively quickly that I think a lot of people would enjoy and appreciate. Something that would be mildly interactive, at least with the wind in this case, where just the wind blowing would cause the piece to make noise. Hopefully a nice, pleasant sound. A piece that's been allowed to patina naturally or just to rust, you know, there's something about that age element. I think in part subconsciously I wanted to play that off of the idea of you know, the ancient architecture that I have some interest in. Anytime that the public can engage with art in a very open way like this, I think it's a great experience and the potential for more great experiences. In a way that not many people are able to get into a gallery on a regular basis, but in a public sculpture tour or walk like this, you get the opportunity for people who, like I said, don't engage artwork in galleries to see fine artwork in their daily lives without having to go out of the way for it.
The title is Life Cycle, made of stainless steel. It represents two elements, male, female, positive, negative, and that's the cycle of life. It always starts with two elements, two things. And all these radiating, that energy that radiates from the center to the outside, at the same time from outside to the center. And that's why I combine both geometric and organic form, curvilinear, to present male, female, and the interlocking of both to generate that center focal point, a new birth, a new beginning. And that's why I titled it The Cycle of Life.
The name of my piece is Vortex. Most of the stuff I try to use a lot of recycled material. And it's all stainless steel scrap that I had gotten. And then I just cleaned them up, polished them up, and, you know, ground them the way I wanted to, and welded them all together to make the sculpture. Well, I guess what I was trying to create was like a upflow vortex, and I want it to be like a kind of like this massive energy that's coming up, and like it's twisting and spinning, and you know, and got this movement to it. I hope they maybe they can feel some kind of energy from it, you know, that makes them feel good.